So today we are going to get back to the basics. So it's fantastic to do the hybrid moves that I have given you. It's fantastic to do a little bit more detailed or not challenging moves, but maybe some that require a few more muscles in different places than your standard moves. That's why we're going back to the basics today. So pretty basic bicep curls and tricep kickbacks and rows and that kind of stuff. As well, we're going back to our weighted lunges and some step ups. So as you can see, I have my camera facing towards the stairs because that's a good thing to use when we're going to be doing some reverse step ups. So they're called reverse because you do one side then the other. Okay, so you can grab a stool or get to some stairs, whatever works for you. I actually have both down here, so not that I really need to show you both because it's fairly basic, but yeah, just to give you an idea, you don't need to go out and buy a step unless you want to do a lot of step kind of moves with aerobic type things, which I don't do because I don't have a step. So I don't expect you to have one either, okay? Although you might. Let's do some speed skaters to warm up. So quickly warming up here, let's do our back. We're going to start with upper body. What doesn't change is superset. This is the most effective way to build muscles, is to superset. Okay, so doing, fatiguing the muscles that we're working on in this particular interval. Okay, so we're supersetting, so that means 3 sets. We're going to do 35 seconds. So we're going to get probably about 10 reps in. That's what I'm hoping. So instead of you counting, we're going to time it. Now, if you're going to do this one on your own without watching the video, just count your reps. 10 reps is usually sufficient. If you're going very heavy, which I really encourage you to do, maybe 8 reps. Okay, so higher the weight, the heavier the weight, you want to go with less reps. Okay, so you're really slowing it down, getting that strength. Now, we also do high reps with light weights. Okay, sometimes I do those more into the cardio workouts, but still light weights with more reps is more for endurance rather than strength. Okay, so endurance, light and many reps, strength, heavy, low reps. Okay, back to our backs again. Swing those arms back and forth. Then we're going to move down and we're going to end with the core. Okay, so strengthening the core. Upper, lower core. Like I said, this is all back to basics. Okay, because I had been doing a lot of hybrid moves. Okay, kick those heels up. Pull those arms back. Stretch out that chest. And always listening to your body. We do have some push-ups in here today. So another thing about push-ups is doing elevated ones and working your way down to the floor. Okay, I highly recommend, I should say, knees up, that you do the incline push-ups, because that is going to train your body to stay in that plank position, and that's what you want. We're going to go through a lot of form in those push-ups today. All right, shrug those shoulders down and back. Let's do a couple of walkout planks to make sure our arms are ready, because that's what we're starting with. Walk it out, stop, hinge, walk it back. So in regular workouts, what you'll often see, walk it out, is cardio, and then at the end, we do our strength, which is what I do a lot of. So I've been reading a lot of literature lately, once more, about switching that up. So doing your strength first, and then your cardio. So I might give those a bit of a try too. The only reason I do it that way is because then I know for sure that your body's warmed up for the strength. All right, let's get going. So grab your weights. We're going to start with bicep curls. So we're going to do, you want to do heavy, okay? So trying to do two things at once, not working. Okay, so go as heavy as you can for your first set. Then if you need to, you can drop down. So we're going to just do bicep curls at the same time. Okay, here we go. So palms facing in and then up. Nice and slow. Exhale through that curl. And so here's how you decide if you have the right weight. At 35 seconds or 10 reps, you should be on your last sort of rep. So if you could do many more reps with the weights that you're using, try to go up. Okay, hopefully you have some at home that you can continue to move up with. Okay, so, all right, weights go to the side. Let's go to our push-ups. Now, if you're already down on the floor doing push-ups here, excellent. Squeeze those glutes, push into those heels. Drop down, elbows go down as well. Okay, so they go back. Now, if you're not there, try starting up here. Squeeze those glutes, push into the heels the same way. Elbows go back. Okay, you may be here. Maybe you can drop down another step. Okay, push into those heels, squeeze those glutes. See how my body's the same whether I'm on the stairs or on the floor. I might have to adjust a little bit, I think. All right, double arm row to fly. Okay, so we're going to row, fly, row, fly. So we're kind of doing a couple of things with this one. So basic moves, because we're rowing. Make sure your weights are around hip height when you do your row. Out to the side, elbows are slightly bent. Squeeze. Make sure the arms come up. So the hands come up too. Very often I'll see people like this. Okay, you want the whole arm coming up. So row. Okay, so you're probably going to get about 8 reps of that one. Tricep kickbacks. We're going to do both at the same time. Shrug the shoulders down and back. Kick it back. Let's talk about backs here. So pull those abs in. Nice flat back. Slow it down. If you have light weights, hold it here. Make those triceps really work. See how my back is flat? So I'm not arching it. Pulling those abs in. So not here, but here. Not rolling too much. So I would highly recommend that if you don't have a mirror where you're at, to go practice in front of one. I'm just going to rearrange here a bit so that you can see the stairs a bit better. There we go. All right. Grab a drink. We're going to do set number 2. So this is going to go fairly quickly because it's very basic and I don't have as many moves. All right, let's do this again. Bicep curls. Grab your weights. Here we go, 35. We're not going to change, okay? Shoulders down. So another thing you want to do is make sure your core is strong. So you're not doing this. You might see some people in the gym, they're trying to do really heavy weights, and this is how they're doing their bicep curls, swinging them and using the whole body. We're not doing that here. Nice and slow. All right, let's work on those push-ups. Okay, so you can see me a little bit better now. So let's start with elevated. Okay, so you're up here. Push into those heels. So get into that plank position first. Think about using the back, okay? Not the traps. Don't forget about this. This is exactly the way you want to be if you're on the floor, okay? Maybe you can graduate, go down a step. So again, squeeze the glutes, push into those heels. Okay, that's how you progress. And like I said, maybe you're already down on the floor, and that's fine. But maybe, let's do our row, fly. So rows and flies are for the back, okay? So that's where you should be feeling this. Now let's talk about that, how we squeeze the shoulder blades. When you're squeezing the shoulder blades, think about having a pencil in between those blades. And you're trying to squeeze that pencil to keep it from rolling off your back. Squeeze. Okay, and when I do that, watch how my chest, I have to open up my chest when I do that as well. Okay, so you're doing two parts there. You're strengthening the back, stretching out the chest. Hinge over again, pull those abs in. So go to the mirror and look at your back. Are you like this? Or are you like this? Look a little bit further ahead. When you're like this, you're looking right in between your feet. When you're like this, you're going to look about 3 feet in front of you on the floor. You want that neck in line with your spine. Arms are glued to your body. Fantastic. All right, drop those weights, grab another drink. We're going to take about 30 seconds in between each set. Okay, enough to grab a drink. Think about your weights that you're using today. And I want you to make a note of what size you're using, because then you can see if you progressed up to a higher size. Or maybe you're at your peak right now, and that's fine. Okay? And that's why we do hybrid moves and mix everything up. 35 seconds, here we go. So not just bicep curls like we're doing today. Sometimes we'll do hammer curls. Sometimes we'll do the out curls, so your curls are going outside or laterally. Trying to spit it out here. Nice and slow. My weights are a tad light, so to make them a little bit harder, we just go slower. Nice. So I could do many more bicep curls. So I need heavier weights for my bicep curls, but it's not about me, it's about you. All right, push-ups. So let's start at the bottom. 1. Squeeze. Pull those abs in. Push into those heels. So you're not forward like this, you're pushing back. Your elbows go back. So remember, when you're doing a push-up, you want the head and arms in that arrow shape. Okay, so there's your arrow shape. Then you come and nothing changes. Okay, so there's your arrow shape in your plank. All right, grab your weights. Our rows and flies. I'm going to come a little bit closer. Hinge over. So nice flat back. Squeeze. Squeeze. So I'm squeezing that pencil in between my shoulder blades. Again, heavy weight, you want to be able, I was going a bit fast there just because I need a little bit heavier weight, slow down a little bit. All right, let's do those triceps. So standing tall, hinge over, glue the arms to the side, kick it back. Now, if this bothers you, maybe you do one side, then the other. Okay, that's fine as well. Are you straining your shoulders or back? Then do one side, then the other. That's okay. So I want you to, this is our last movement, our last set. So I want you to make sure you put a notation somewhere today what weights you used, okay? If you're going to be progressing up, okay? If you have weights available to you that you can progress up with, okay? Grab a drink. That's our upper body. Now, here's a mix and match too. So you can stop right there and do a cardio, or maybe you do a cardio before. Okay, so you can put these in with a workout as well. Or maybe you do this and then you do a stretch. Okay, so mix and match. You can just do upper, or you can stick with me and do a whole strength. And you can always come back to these, right? All right, we're going to do that reverse step up. So I'm going to show you on the stair. So I'm going to do a weighted one. A couple of ways you can do this. You can do here. It's not very high. Okay. Okay, or you can hold on to one weight, and I'll show that in a second. Okay, here we go, 35 seconds. So you're going to step and bring that leg up and down and down. Okay, so if you're going to go up a step, just be careful. So this is all about glutes. So this glute that's on the stair is doing all the work. Squeeze. Okay, or stay here. Doesn't matter, you're still using that glute. Okay, so it's just a matter of the height, which is going to be a little bit more intense. You can also hold your weight like this. Other side. Okay, so here's another thing. You want the foot all the way on the stair, and you're going to push down into that heel. Squeeze. So when you're doing this, push down into your stabilizing heel and down and down. Keep your back nice and straight. If you're feeling that you're very unbalanced today, then you don't use the weight and you use your hand railing or wall to help you. All right, holding those weights, we're going to do a floating lunge. Right, then left. Okay, right foot forward. I know sometimes these floating lunges can be very difficult. Squeeze. All right, right foot forward. Drop down. You don't have to drop very far. Okay, push down into that right heel. Squeeze that glute. So now you're shifting the weight to the left. Come back, drop down, push into that left heel. Squeeze that left glute. Come down, because the left glute is our stabilizer. So it's always going to be the one that we're going to engage. Now we're going to switch. Now that right glute. Step forward, drop, squeeze, and back. So you don't have to go down very far. You want the pelvis forward. You want that ear, shoulder, hip. Squeeze. Good. Push down into always the front heel. So whatever heel is in the front, that's what you're pushing down. Come back. Squeeze. All right. Let's do our weighted lateral lunge. Okay, so this time we're going to alternate back and forth. Holding weights here. Okay, holding the weights right in front of those shoulders. The other way you can do it, I'll show you next time, is hold one weight. Okay, we always want to try to challenge ourselves that first set. Push those hips back. Push. So you're transferring your weight and energy from one side to the other. All right. So here's your chance to go down in weight. Let me reset here. If you need be. So you can grab, that's what I'll do. So you can grab two weights of a lighter size if you want, or just use one weight of the heavier. Okay, grab a drink. Again, we're about 30 seconds in between sets. Way you go. Okay, step up. Really focus. Focus on that stabilizer. Squeeze. So bring the knee up. Watch your step back. Good. See how tall I am and my back is nice and straight? Right here. So the glute, when you stand nice and tall, your glute's doing the work. Good. Switching sides. Shrug the shoulders down and back. So holding the weights is a couple of things that it's doing. Okay? Make sure your foot is fully on that stair so you can push into that heel. Because it's no use doing this if it's just your toe. Then you're just putting pressure on your knee. Squeeze. So the weights are doing a couple of things. They're helping you balance out, really. And the other thing is they're making it harder because you weigh that much more and you're bringing up that much more weight. You could bring them here and makes it even more difficult. Okay, so I'll go through that next set. All right, let's do floating lunges, sorry. So forward, drop. Now, you can drop right down and float back. Kiss the ground. If that is comfortable for you, if your knees don't like that, this is what you're doing. Okay? The biggest thing is pushing into that front heel and then transferring that weight to the stabilizing glute. Okay? Squeeze. So, all lower body. Let's do the other side. So, step forward, drop down to whatever is comfortable. Squeeze. Squeeze. Whoopsie. Drop. Squeeze. Drop. Squeeze. You want to try to keep your knee over top of your ankle. Okay, so that's not going to put pressure on the knee then. So when I drop down, I'm still keeping that 90 degrees. Okay, push down into that heel, squeeze that glute. All right, let's do our laterals. Whew, we're getting lots forward and back today. So I've come down in my weights for this second set. Let me show you a side view here. Transferring your weight from pushing off with the hip abductors, using the adductors as well. When you're tall here, you're squeezing the glutes. This is a good one for the inner thigh. So those adductors, okay? Good. All right. And 30 seconds. Grab your drink. And we're on our last set. Okay, how are we doing for time here? Ooh, it's going to be a little longer than 30 minutes if you're doing the whole thing with me. Now, there again, you can switch it all up too. All right, I'm going to do one weight now. Here we go. Let's do our step up. Now, I don't have my foot all on. I could feel that immediately. Let's go again. Squeeze. And you don't have to bring that foot up, that knee up. You can bring it right to here. Okay, and even have the toe down. So, like I said, this is back to basics. We did these way back when we first started our strength. But again, you need to bring them back, okay? And you need to make a notation of what weights you're using now. Perhaps when you first started, you had a lot lower weights too. Here we go, other side. Squeeze that glute. Good. Always keeping my abs engaged, so just having them braced. Pushing down into that heel. Watch how your foot moves. Okay, so sometimes you'll go over a little bit more on the outside of your foot or the inside. Be careful, that puts pressure on your knee. Okay, floating lunge. I'm just going to show you different ways to do these. So just holding one weight or no weights. You don't even have to have a weight. Back and forth. Really focus, focus, focus. Glutes. Push down into the heels. Squeeze glutes. And back. Good. Other side. Keeping those shoulders down. And I say that even though we're working lower body, I'm saying that because we do often, when we get tired, we will naturally have our shoulders come up. Push down into that heel. Squeeze and back. Squeeze. Good. Keep going here, guys. We got this. We got this. Woo. All right. Nice. Okay. Oh, we got lateral to do. What am I doing here? Just going to give you an early out. Here we go. Keep the weight up here. Okay, I know I've done these before where I do a bicep curl, but this makes it quite a bit more difficult because you're heavier. You got to really engage those abs. Keep the back nice and straight. Good. How's everybody? How you guys doing? How you doing out there? You okay? Everything going okay? I keep saying you guys. Apologize for that. Step it out. All right. Woo. All right. There we go. Okay. We are down to our core now. So core I always do at 20 seconds. I always do a Tabata with this one. And for time's sake, but also too, I want you to really think about using your core effectively. So short, but strong. So we're going to start with some side planks. We're all going to start on the same side too. Okay. In the middle here. So it's easier to cue. So I'm going to get you to start on that. Let's start on the left side. So we're going to do side plank, full plank. Then we're going to do some bridges and then go back and do the other side. Okay? So side plank, we're going to go on the left side. 20 seconds, elbow right underneath that shoulder. Doesn't matter if your knees or up on your feet. Here we go. 20 seconds. And I'm going to start on my feet. Here we go. Squeeze the glutes. So strong as you can. Strong. Pull those abs in. So you're squeezing and you're holding everything super strong. Okay, so you really got to get those glutes engaged. Your body's in a nice straight line. I always put my arm up. All right, we're going to come over and we're going to do a full-on plank. Okay, so over you come, onto your elbows or hands. So just like your push-up, push into those heels. Squeeze. So you could be here or you could be here. Squeeze those glutes, push into those heels. Pull those abs in. You can feel it in your quads. All right, over on your back. We're going to do a one-legged bridge, okay? I'm going to dig my left heel into the floor. Squeeze. Squeeze. Engage. So you don't have to go up very high. You want to just make sure you're engaging that left glute. And I'm just pulsing. I just find that works good. Actually, we're just going to switch sides here. Okay. So, ready? And off we go. So a little bit early. That's all right. Notice any difference. One side stronger than the other. Here's your isometric, isolating, whatever. We're taking that one side and we're deciding which side is stronger and which side is working the best. All right, back to our plank position. Here we go. And off. Push, squeeze. Look down into your hands. Okay, neck is in line with the spine. Pull those abs in. So it might sound like I'm really working hard, and I am, because my whole body is vibrating and strong. So I'm not just holding it, I am strong holding it. Right side. This is it. This is the last one. So again, I could be here or I could be here. So you should be grunting and groaning because you're holding it so strong. You don't have to hold a plank for 2 minutes. 20 seconds held strong is way more effective. Nice job, everybody. I'm sweating bullets now after that. Okay, let's, how come I got 2 more left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh well, we did part of a Tabata, but that's good for that core. So you can pop that core in after any one of your workouts. Okay, so if you want to strengthen the core a little bit more, then if that's your game, then pop that in after every single workout you do. Okay, so easy to do. If your aim is to strengthen more that upper body, then pop the upper body in after your workout. Maybe you're on the treadmill or whatever you decide to do. You're doing one of my workouts. Hope you are. And then you can do that as well. All right, over onto your back. Figure 4. Here we go. And stretch out those glutes. Feel that stretch. So you can add these in to any workout. If you're, starting to do more walking or running or whatever outside, then you can always do this when you get back home. Okay, so hiking, whatever your activity is for the day, walking, hiking, treadmill, you can always work out. You can always pop in one of these intervals, stretch it out. Let's do the other side of our quad here. So there you have it. Mix and match. Make a notation of what weights you used today, because I'm going to be bringing this one back again in about a month. And it might be something that you'll see rotating in every month or every 2 months, because it's just that effective and easy to bring in and out. Okay, especially as the weather starts to get nice and we start doing more activities outside. And walk those hands to your toes. Come on up nice and slow. Link those fingers together. We're just going to do a stretch out of that chest. Hinge over. So this is getting the back of the body, which we worked super hard today, and also stretching out the chest. Come on up. Let's give those triceps a stretch. Give yourself a pat on the back. Shrug the shoulders down and back, other side. So, again, you can do this, and if you have time, maybe do a stretch of some sort as well, okay? All right, nice big cleansing breath. Palms together and exhale. Woo! I don't know about you, but I'm sweating. That's it. Have a great day, and if you have any questions, you know where to get a hold of me. Talk to you soon.